We got to get to this because this obviously just happened just hours ago or whatever. The news, obviously, we will get to a bunch of MLS and WSL stuff, but we just got to make sure we get to this because Manchester City.
You got an ad blocker?
No, this just, I don't know what happened. I don't have an ad blocker. Maybe I should put an ad blocker. Anyway, but as long as unless it's a Coors Light ad, then no, that's a good ad.
We will not block that ad. People, Mega Raymond goes, here comes the spreadsheet. And then Cooper said, where's the spreadsheet?
No, Manchester City are in the news because they have been, I believe, just charged with breaking financial fair play rules. We've heard this for
9 years.
Yeah, it's a lot of years. We've heard this. We've heard this repeatedly.
That's 8.5 more than what I think.
So we've heard this for a while, especially when it comes to UEFA. We usually heard it in the context of UEFA looking into how Manchester City handles all their financial fair play rules and all the other stuff.
Turns out the Premier League also did their own investigation, which I believe lasted 4 years.
Yeah, and there's something about like 101 or 103 counts that they've found that they may have broken ruls.
Oh, this isn't 1 or 2. This is a significant number.
So this is not a great look, and apparently there isn't room to like appeal it and stuff like that, like it was with UEFA and FIFA. It's more it's something that the Court of Arbitration for Sport, I believe that's what it's called, that operates for the Premier League. I assume it's an independent investigator or an independent authority.
Turns out that top investigator is also an Arsenal supporter. I don't know if you saw that.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
But this is where like you even, as soon as I heard that the lead investigator is an Arsenal supporter, it's already starting to get like, the waters are muddied.
That's what you do.
Yeah, it's just getting a lot of.
This is how you do it, though. If you are one of, this is what you do. You say like, oh, you think that's real?
Right.
You didn't know it is.
So
Fauci, bro, he paid for the investigation. That's basically what they're doing.
So we're reading here. It says City said on Monday they were quote unquote surprised to have been charged by the Premier League with 101 alleged breaches of financial rules spanning from 2009/2010 to 2017-18. So there's a couple of things going on here, right? Because now people are talking about if they get if they lose in this case, there's a couple possible punishments, right? They could have a point deduction. They could be relegated. They could also have their trophies vacated. And
you got to move out of those trophies. What a weird way.
So they could
damn, they gonna make y'all Tottenham, bro.
But and all the media, all the big media outlets are just like, oh, what should the punishment be? Like it's just like
what would you do if you could punish City?
Just a very like, who's the cutest boy?
Yeah,
yeah. It's
if you could marry anybody, who would it be?
So pretty wild. Look, and we were talking about this before we started recording about what should the punishment be, and some people have suggested taking away their titles, and then that would mean that it would go to the second place team.
See, this is what I don't agree with. Look, any club that is found to have broken the rules and used it as an advantage, to a certain degree. I mean, some stuff should just be pow-pow. You know what I mean?
Right. But a pow-pow is totally called for most.
I mean, in fact,
most financial rules.
When you get to 100, you might be past the pow-pow range.
Right. Yeah. You might have to go to your room at some point.
Right. There's a higher jurisdiction that is reached here than a pow-pow. But I will say, I mean, some stuff it's like, maybe you paid them like endorsement fees or something, or they got appearance fees that were much, much higher than everyone else. There's some stuff where you're like, okay, we see what you did. We're going to stop you from doing that moving forward. And now no one gets to do it because, you found some weird little loophole. When you have this much, it's pretty significant. What I don't like is, should the punishment be you lose those trophies you won because of the thing? Maybe yes, but those 11 guys still won that thing. They still beat the other 11 guys. Was the team construction in an illegal manner? Sure. the club should be forced to pay for that. You know, what are you going to do? Go to Agüero's house and take away his championship ring? You know what I'm talking about? Or the medal, because they win medals there, because they hate jewelry. You can't do that. And you can't take away that Agüero moment. Like they're talking about in the thing. You can't take away these moments. You know, does Stoke City become FA Cup champion from back in the day? No, you don't. You made a good point, though. And I do think this is important. There is a purse you win by becoming champion.
Yeah.
That sometimes also is bonuses for players. City, if they are found to have done these things, taking their trophy away, they're taking away their Premier League trophy and giving it to Manchester United, to me is stupid. Manchester United didn't win. They did. Those players won that. Don't take that away from the players. The club should have to pay whoever would have finished in that place, whoever would have won that final.
Sure, maybe
they should have to pay them that amount.
Yeah, the financial, the purse, I could understand. You know, maybe the other team would,
because then those players got screwed.
Yeah. So that I could understand. There has to be some level of compromise. Again, if they are found guilty of these accusations.
Paolo Nelson said, "Okay, everyone, line up for a pow pow at the front office first."
Well, you know
when the players go up and they receive their medal and they shake all the hands.
Yeah.
They should get a couple pow pows.
Pow pow on the wrist.
Just a list of UEFA executives.
Okay, never again. Don't do it again.
All right, now you know we're watching.
There was also a remark from Pep Guardiola from last year when the same similar conversation came up and the ruling was overturned, and where he said that if he finds that he is being lied to when it comes to any of this, any of the financial stuff.
My favorite quote.
He said, "I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm not your friend." Something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
I'm leaving tomorrow, and we are no longer friends.
And we are no longer.
Wow, dude, why so harsh, Pep?
Okay, so he's gonna take his PlayStation home, and he's not letting you play with it. Okay,
bro, Pep said, "Hey, listen, I understand sometimes you can't tell me 100% of the truth, but if I find out you lied to me, you getting blocked on IG." What?
You don't? I mean, wow. No coming back from that.
No, dude. He's like, yo, bro, for some reason, I can't tag them in this photo. I don't know why that is.
It's absolutely surreal. So so that's basically it. Do
you think Manchester City, if found to be guilty, do you think they actually will be punished? Forget that. Here's a better question. If you are a part of the Premier League, does it not hurt you to relegate Manchester City?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean that has to be. You're not an adult if you're not having that conversation. It is financially it will affect the whole of the Premier League.
Right. So then, to some degree, would it not be dumb to try to punish them at that level?
Well, I mean, Juve got relegated. Right,
but that's because they
really did something really bad.
It was a little different. Their shit was like almost violent.
Yeah. So whether it's dumb or not, if it's the right thing to do and if it's justified, then you do it. But again, to me, look, I can only speak. Look, if I'm just talking about financial rules, and it has nothing to do with actual crime and actual hurting other human beings and stuff like that. I would say if the penalty on the books is, a point deduction.
Apparently there is no guideline as to what happens with this much.
Got it. Okay.
So they're going to create the standard. So they're going to set that standard. Which is why people are saying they're going to potentially be relegated, because especially Todd Bowley's probably like, what do you think is going to happen to those guys? I mean, I didn't.
What are they looking at exactly?
I don't think they should be punished that bad.
Just for research purposes. Okay?
Like when you get relegated, are you allowed to go back to America? Like, is that cool?
Please don't look into me giving Mudryk a 45-year contract. It's on the up and up.
What was it? Expression said he's giving them the Suge Knight Suge Knight deal. You got a 35-year contract. Damn, son, you ain't getting.
What is it? A 365 deal?
No, 360.
360 deal or whatever.
Damn, son. He gets a cut of your merch too? Damn.
So I would say relegation seems too harsh. If
it seems as financially stupid You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the reverse way.
Right.
It seems more prudent to leave them in the league. But also, they're not winning the league this season. Arsenal are.
Okay.
Right?
Damn, bro. Where did this confidence come from? But this American exceptionalism.
No, I'm just saying, like, they drop points. If not, I would have been wild stressed. But they also drop points, so I don't care. Or they lost, I should say. But if there's a chance they don't win this season, it would suck to not have them in Champions League next year if you are a governing body.
Right.
But if they take a 20, 25 point deduction and a, I don't know what, 2-year transfer ban. It's kind of harsh.
It is harsh. Yeah.
It ain't. You're like still like, at least you're still in the league.
Right.
You know what I mean?